And with this next fight, we got Jafel Filho coming back, taking on Osbourne. And both these guys kind of mid-tier flyweights, and Osbourne has a lot more UFC experience. He's also 2 years older. He's 4-4 in the UFC, and his losses have all came against credible guys, but doesn't really have great wins. He did beat Charles Johnson, which is a good win. Has an okay win over CJ Vergara, but hasn't had too many great performances to write home about against great fighters. Jafar Filo, he's 1-1. He had a really good debut actually with Muhammad Makayev, where performed really well, got close to submitting him. But his second fight, I feel like even though he won, didn't look the best. I mean, he almost got finished on multiple occasions, and I think his stock kind of dropped from the first fight to that fight. He did end up recovering and getting that submission win, so he's 1-1 in the UFC now. But I think he needs to win this fight and probably get a finish to kind of cement his position in the organization and show that he can be a potential top 15 guy. But you look at both these guys stylistically. Osbourne, great athlete, extremely fast and powerful for 125, fast twitch. He likes to work feints, jabs, low kicks, and tries to get fighters to come to him, and then you'll counter with 3-2s, 2-3s. Really good pull counter ability, good kicks, good knees. There's a lot of low kicks, and he has fast body kicks and head kicks. In this fight, I think he's going to be throwing a lot of shots up the middle. I would throw step-in knees, flying knees, uppercuts. He's southpaw, but he could switch stance. He operates well from both stances, but his left hand and left leg are where you see most of his knockouts come from. And I would say he's definitely going to have a good chance at getting an early knockout in this fight. He's going to be way faster than Filho. And if Filho can't find Osbourne and is getting countered, we saw based off his last fight, his durability is a little suspect. So if I'm Ode as well, I'm putting more emphasis on attacking the legs, attacking the body, because I think Filho isn't the toughest guy, it didn't seem like. But just needs to stay disciplined, not brawl, and the striking should be his all day. But Osbourne also has a questionable chin, so you can never 100% trust him on the feet. But his wrestling has definitely gotten way better. People don't give Osbourne credit for his improvements in the wrestling defense, but takedown defense and get ups looked really solid in his fight with Charles Johnson. Even got some takedowns himself in that fight. And physically, I think he's one of the bigger and stronger flyweights. He should be stronger than Filho. His last fight, he fought one of the best wrestlers in the division and just wasn't up to snuff with the wrestling. But I'm 5 levels above Jafel Filho's wrestling, in my opinion. And Osbourne needs to keep this fight standing, though. If he ends up on bottom, he isn't great. Tend to expose his back. His guard is okay. He's gotten some triangle armbar wins, but I don't think that's going to happen here. And he does get tired when he's forced to grapple, so needs to keep it more in his realm. And in this fight, he can't wrestle when he's tired. In other fights, he's had that tendency. If he tries to wrestle later in the fight when he's tired, he probably will get submitted. But I think Osbourne here, he just has to pressure, be aggressive, keep Feel on the back foot, be ready to counter, and throw those leg kicks, attack the body a little bit more than usual. And Filo usually shoots when he backs fighters up. So if Osbourne controls the center, I think he should have a good chance of keeping this fight on the feet. For Jafel Filo, dangerous grappler, good punching power. I'm not really a fan of his striking. Flat-footed Muay Thai guy. He tries to pressure forward and then occasionally explode in with big punches. Good lead hook, decent rear cross, good speed. He definitely has punching power, like I said, we saw in his last fight, but I could see Filo having a lot of issues trying to close the gap and land or grab Osbourne without getting cracked here. And if Osbourne goes first, pressures, has a good showing, it could be a long night for Filo. Filo's going to have to take some shots to get the win here and has to know that it could be a rough early beginning into the fight. But dangerous high-level grappler. He is dangerous from the top position, from bottom, even from standing. You can jump on your back, but Filo shoots from too far out. He doesn't really set his takedowns up. Normally only tends to shoot when he backs fighters up near the cage. When he actually gets in on the double, he can get you down. He seems like he's pretty strong, and he's good at getting the back from standing, like I said. Dangerous for naked chokes. Last fight, quickly took his opponent out with an arm triangle. Has 9 submissions. Off his back, he'll attack leg locks. We saw he really messed up Makhaev's leg in their fight, but can be desperate to keep fights on the ground and has tried to pull guard and lay on his back and guys to follow him down and has some bad looks sometimes for the judges. I also don't really trust his cardio. He has been submitted twice in round 3. Um, so it's a difficult fight to predict. Skill wise, I think O'Day should win. He's more athletic. If this fight stays standing and O'Day is sharp, I think he's going to dominate and find the knockout. Filho has really good heart, and he will go on a shield though, whereas Osbourne isn't a great nail. And Osbourne to me can have a little bit poor fight IQ and suspect durability, so it's just difficult to trust him. But cardio wise, I think both guys are going to slow down, so I don't think it's going to be as big an issue for O'Day as other people are saying. If it goes longer, unless he gets put on his back because Filho will be beat up, I just think he's not going to have that same pace that people are predicting. But I'm going to predict Osbourne gets a first round knockout here. I see this fight playing out. Filho throwing some wild punches and Osbourne just landing a big shot early and getting the finish. I just don't really trust Filho, but it's one of these fights where if either guy gets into their realm and has the fight that they want, they're probably going to get the finish. But I'm going to go with O'Day Osbourne.